Welcome back to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for you guys today. Got a co-host here today. Got a special guest, 79. How's it going, 79?
It's going good, Gary. About yourself?
Doing good. Glad to have you here. Give yourself a little plug. Let everyone know about your channel, where they can find you, all that good stuff.
All right, so my channel is Boxed In Bet 79. I originally started out wanting to do what Gary does and give you bets, but for one, I found out I usually take Gary's bets, so I just don't want to steal his ideas or anything like that. But two, I just noticed there's not a very good representation in the boxing community for just showing you all the channels that exist. The YouTube algorithm, I think, buries a lot of these channels. And for one, I want to give a platform for every channel that's making predictions. And two, I want to keep up with them because, I mean, I just think in a sport like this where it's really competitive, it's kind of a fun way to do everything, keeping up with it. So yeah, check out my channel.
Yeah, for sure. All right. What up, Railway? What up, Too Easy? All right, let me pull up the let me pull up the pro box. The DraftKings. Is there any fight in particular you want to start on? The big one you want to start on Shakur? Is there any fight that you want to start on?
You want to start with the first one? I think it's Brian Flores and Castillo.
Yeah, Brian Flores and Starling Castillo. The odds are, I got Castillo at plus 105 now. They're moving slightly. They were at plus 110, then they were plus 100. Now it's plus 105. So it's moving around a little bit, but it's close to even. I like Castillo to be able to outbox him. I'm not super confident in this fight. I would like the over if you can get a prop on that. But this is a typical pro box fight where it's 50-50. And we don't know. The winner's not predetermined. We don't know who's going to win this fight. My inkling is Castillo can keep him at bay. Flores isn't a volume guy. He doesn't use the jab. He throws a lot of lunging shots. So I think Castillo's going to be able to fight tall and keep him at the end of his punches enough. Although Castillo's got some defensive issues too. I do think Castillo wins more rounds than Flores, and I do think we go the distance. So I'm leaning towards Castillo at plus 105. But my main bet here would be to take the over.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. I'm going to go with Flores because I was watching film. I watched about 4 or 5 fights from both fighters. And, man, Castillo, when he fought Sriracha, he was just letting that little dude bully him on the ropes.
Yeah.
And the only problem is, I don't know if, and someone pointed this out earlier, and I agree with them, Flores sometimes just will sit there in front of you and not work. So I don't know if he's going to do that. If he goes in there and tries to pressure Castillo, I think he'll win this fight. But if he kind of treats him like he did Landolfo Delgado for 5 rounds, because the first 5 rounds in that fight, he was just respecting him too much. If he does that, he'll lose, in my opinion. Because Castillo, if you're not coming forward, he will. And if he comes forward, he looks really good. He has really good hand control, a good lead hand. He has a really good jab. And you can't let him come forward. Just like most Dominican fighters, you got to push him back.
I agree, but Flores isn't a guy that gets on the inside with his jab. He's not a big jabber. He lunges in. He throws a lot of wide hooks. He throws a lot of wide shots and stuff. I just stylistically, how's he going to get on the inside of Castillo and back him up? Like, how's he going to do that? Like, I understand that's the game plan, but how does he implement that?
Yeah, I think he's just got to take a page out of Sriracha's game plan because Sriracha, like I said, smaller. He's not as strong as Flores. I think the only way he's going to do it is try to bully himself in. And he does that sometimes. Sometimes Flores looks good. Sometimes he looks like an aggressive Mexican-style fighter. At times, like you said, he's kind of limited a little bit. But I think he's stronger than Sriracha was. I think he hits harder. I think he's just going to put on, if he has a good game plan, which I think he will, I think he's just going to try and put Castillo on the ropes. And if he don't do that, he's losing this fight 100% in my opinion, because that's all he's good at doing is kind of just making it a firefight. Another thing about Flores, he's been knocked down 7 times in his career.
Has he?
So,
That's a lot.
yep,
That's a
7 times.
fought a ton. I mean, he's fought decent competition. He's got a decent resume, but 7 times tells me you're getting knocked down by fighters who aren't great, right? Like that's a lot of
Well,
time knocked down.
like you said, he lunges in. He's every time I watched 6 of the 7 knockouts. I couldn't find one of them, but every time he gets knocked down, he's off balance because, like you said, he lunges in. So I'm gonna go Flores to have a good game plan and to kind of, just like I said, bully him, because Castillo looked just gassed and beat up when I don't even know how he won that fight. I thought Sriracha won that fight. I think he's gonna try that same game plan, and I think he can do it better than Sriracha if he does it. But if not, he's getting his head boxed off.
So, all right, was we disagree? Do you like the over? Do you think the fight goes the distance?
Love it.
Okay,
love the over.
If you can get a prop on it, take it. Let's get to the next one. Josh Padley, and I'm gonna Belmady. Am I saying that right? I think well, let me. You go first on this one.
I think it's kind of I don't know if it's a mismatch, but I think Padley's going to handle him just fine. Yeah. From what I've seen, he don't impress me that much. I mean, I don't know if Padley got a stoppage, but it would not surprise me at all. But I didn't see anything that impressed me from him. I mean, Padley's decent in my opinion. Yeah, give me Padley easily.
Yeah, I take Padley. I don't love the price at -750, but I don't see any way Belmady can win. He's defensively a disaster. Padley's just going to outbox him. Like you said, there's a clear tier in between these guys. They're not on the same level, and Padley should make relatively light work of Belmady. I don't think he's super competitive. Although
I don't know if I'm betting that either, because the line opened up at -450, and I done film on it 2 days ago, and it's already jumped up to -750 for me.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, it should be clear. -450 was a steal. -750, it's like, Jacob Bank and William Skull, however we're saying it. I'm going to go back and forth between Skull and Skull. Jacob Bank, I did some tape on him. I like him. I still don't think he's going to win, but it's tough, though. This is the only thing I would bet here is for the fight to go the distance. I'm completely confident it goes the distance. I think Skull is better. And he's a better athlete. He's got a longer jab. He uses the rings, but he's got better legs. But this is also in Bank's hometown. So factor that in. And I don't know, like Bank by travesty is certainly a possibility. So you have to keep that in mind. I do think Skull is better. I think after 12 rounds, most reasonable people not from Denmark are going to think Skull won the fight. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Bank is fighting in his hometown. 2 of the 3 judges are from Denmark. So that tells me 2 things. They're probably inexperienced in big fights because they just don't have big fights in Denmark. And 2, they're going to most likely give the benefit of the doubt to Bank. So to me, I would advise you guys to stay away from this. I don't think Skull at 160 is great value, and I don't think Bank at 125. I don't think that's sexy enough to tempt me to bet on what I think could be his best path to victory, which is a bad decision. So I would take the distance. I'd love this thing to go the distance. I would take that, and I would probably lay off the money line.
I'd say the same thing. Stay away from this fight. That has question marks written all over it. Do we even know if we're going to see the same Skull we've seen? He looks different every fight.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Some nights he's dancing around the ring. I thought Canelo, and I mean, looking back, this was a terrible take, but I thought Canelo would have been able to stop him because in some of his fights, he fights on the inside. He's not dancing around at all. But then he gets in the ring with Canelo and he's dancing around, circling him. And I'm like, okay, this is a completely different fighter than I filmed. So which William Skull are we going to see?
You're right. I don't know. A Bank seems to have a little bit of pop at least, although it's hard to tell because his level of competition is so bad. I mean, he's fighting cab drivers. There's nothing even decent on his resume. Although he did look pretty skilled. He's got good feet. He's got a little bit of angles. Like he's not plotting. He's not bad. Like he's got nice little sharp little counter shots. He's not bad. But this is a step up. I think Skull wins, but I'm not convinced of that because Bank could get a horrible decision. Bank's not bad. It's not like he's going to go in there and get totally outclassed. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the fight's close, and it is a close fight. Yeah, I'm not touching anything other than to go the distance.
Yeah, that's the only thing I like too.
All right. Backrum and Josh Kelly. A lot of people differ on this one. To me, Josh Kelly he's going to run the whole time, and he's going to be doing okay. And then Backrum's going to catch him, and Backrum's going to break him. So I like Backrum by decision, by late stoppage here, probably 9th, 10th round. I just don't think Josh Kelly's going to be able to run from a wrecking ball. Anyone who's ever played football, who's ever played cornerback, knows it's much harder to play cornerback than wide receiver. Why? Because it's much harder to go backwards than forwards. And I don't think at a world level you can run for 12 rounds. I've said this about Caleb Plant 1,000 times. Like, you can't run for 12 rounds. I think that's going to work at the world level. It's not going to work.
You're going to slow down. Plant is a mystery. Yeah. He's not bad on the inside, but he does not want to fight on the inside. It makes no sense.
Be there. When I'm scouting a fighter, the first thing I had, does this guy love to fight? Does he like to be in the pocket, exchanging and fighting? The answer for Caleb Plant is clearly no. It's clearly no, right? So I'm going to pass on Caleb Plant. At the highest level, his athleticism and his skill, he's good enough to get to that level. But at that level, he's gonna fall up short, and that's what you've seen over and over and over again. And I think that we got the same thing here for Kelly. Kelly's going to try to run from a wrecking ball for 12 rounds. He might be able to do it for some rounds, but it's not going to work through 12 rounds. He's eventually going to get caught, and that's going to be the end of it. So I like Backrum here, and I probably like him by late stoppage. Backrum is at minus 330. I think that's pretty good value. And Backrum by KO is minus 140. It's not bad. That's not bad. What are your thoughts on this fight?
I'd say take. A lot of people are taking the over. I don't like it. I mean, you really want to take the over on a guy who, has one shot power? He can put someone out easily. Josh Kelly has no heart. Josh Kelly's heart is that of a child, dude.
I got the over under here at minus 115. They're both minus 115, so they're basically even. I would like the under. I would not bet the over. I don't love the over. The idea that Josh Kelly is just going to run and make it into the 11th round. I don't know. I don't like that bet. I don't like that bet. I like Backrum, and I like him by stoppage. I like him by late stoppage. Could it be an 11th round stoppage and it hits it? Yeah.
I've seen 3 Josh Kellys on film. I've seen one that's against fighters that's not on his level, and he goes out there and he beats them, right? I seen another Josh Kelly that it's the one that Avanesian beat up. Avanesian went out there and he tried get on the inside with him, and Josh Kelly fancied it, and he gassed himself out because he's throwing these massive tense punches. He's just wasting his energy the whole fight against Avanesian, and he gets stopped in the 6th round. He gassed, and you can see it. He's physically gassed in the 3rd or 4th round already. And you can just see that the guy really, he's putting on a front that, none of those shots hurt me. No, every time he gets hit, you look him right in his face, and he's like, I don't want to be here anymore. And that's a little dude in Avanesian. Imagine what Backrum, a bigger, stronger, in my opinion, bigger puncher, might do to him if he even fancies that.
Backrum is sloppy,
though. I will say that.
Backrum is sloppy. Avanesian's a little tighter. He's a little bit better athlete. They're not 1-for-1 comps, but I agree with you. If Avanesian tracks you down and breaks you, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming for you with Backrum. Like, if you can't survive the onslaught of Avanesian, wait till Backrum gets his hand on you. So yeah, we agree on that. Backrum by stoppage.
Well, one thing I want to add: a lot of people will say that was an old fight, and he's gotten better since. I don't think Josh Kelly's necessarily gotten better. He's just changed his whole style. Not really his whole style up, but he changed his whole, game plan up when he goes into fights. If you want to talk about someone who runs, and I don't like saying that about fighters, Josh Kelly's the guy. And he does it with his hands down, and he's doing it against guys who really aren't punchers. I don't think Ishmael Davis is that big of a puncher. Yeah. And not only that, Ishmael Davis's game plan the first 5 rounds in that fight was awful. You're like, well, dude, punch the guy. Why are you just sitting in front of him, watching him dance around you? Punch the guy. And he started doing it, and he started winning rounds.
I wanna get into this next one too. You want to talk about the heavyweights, Miller and Kingsley Bay? I don't really have much thoughts on this. I'm not betting on this. I don't know what version of either fighter is showing up. Jarrell Miller sometimes is on every steroid in the book. My guess is Miller probably wins, but I'm not betting minus 700 on Jarrell Miller to show up. Kingsley Bay at plus 450. You want to get a little sexy? I don't think I think it's good value. I think Kingsley at plus 450 has got decent value, even though I don't think he's gonna win, most likely. But what are your thoughts on the heavyweights?
I watched 2 fights each for a film because I mean I've seen Jarrell Miller for years. I know what he is, but man, Call Chris knocked dude out, a Bay out. And
Yeah,
I know you said you don't want to talk bad about Call Chris, but I don't think he's very good at all. So
Kyle Cruz. He's talking about Tristan Kyle Cruz. That's my boy.
yeah, I I'm not big on him at all. And he was able to get a Bay out in 2 rounds. And I know this is heavyweight division, so there's an asterisk next to what I'm saying. But that just the fact that this is a heavyweight fight is already sketchy enough to me. But then it's against an old Jarrell Miller, and we don't know which Jarrell Miller you'll ever get versus a guy who got knocked out in 2 rounds versus Colcreth. I'm not big on this fight at all. I'd say maybe take it not to go to distance because I mean if Jarrell Miller is shot, which I don't think he was against Andy Ruiz, he won that fight against Andy Ruiz. In my opinion.
Yeah, almost everyone. I agree, and almost everyone watching the fight agrees too. And I'm a big Andy Ruiz fan. I've always, even before the AJ fight, like Andy Ruiz, and I agree. Jarrell Miller won that fight clearly won.
Give me Miller. Give me Miller in this fight. I mean, who knows? It's the heavyweight division, and anything can happen. But I'm gonna say Jarrell Miller wins.
Another fight that I just don't like the odds on: Bruce Carrington and Carlos Castro. I definitely think Carrington wins. I haven't gotten to the tape on this yet, but I will. Carrington is a tier ahead of Carlos Castro, but minus 1,000, isn't that a little wild? Isn't that a little inappropriate?
It's awful. I mean, I don't understand how he's a minus 1,000, and I think Shushu's a very good fighter. He is the nicest guy I've ever met. I loved talking to him, but I'm telling you right now, let's just take a step back and look at his career or the past 4 or 5 fights. He went the distance with Dana Coolwell. I'm not big on that guy at all. He went life and death with Sagawa, and I thought Sagawa won that fight.
He may, I was at that fight. That was at the Garden, and I love Shushu. He may have lost that fight. Honestly, he may have lost that fight. I know he won it wide. If you look at the scores, 2 of the judges had super wide, right? Like, super wide. And as I watched that fight, I don't know if Carrington won this fight. But yeah,
Sagawa was there. Sagawa would never win apparently because he was. Hold on.
Oh, did I lose him? Oh,
hold on. No.
Oh no. All right, let me. You good? So chime back in whenever you're free here. But yeah, to me this is
my audio cut out for some reason.
We can hear you. I can hear you. Can you guys let me know if you can hear him in the chat?
Like, no, my sound cut through. Like I can hear you kind of, but hold on.
Okay. You want to jump out and jump back in? All right. All right. To me,
so
yeah. Go ahead.
I don't like the price on this at all, and we just saw Castro, in my opinion, beat Fulton. And I know Shushu at this point in his career is probably better than Fulton, but this is just dangerous, especially for that price. I'm gonna say Carrington wins by a hard-fought decision, but I'm just telling you right now, if we don't see Shushu come out and look amazing, and I could see this being a tough fight for him.
No, I think it is going to be. I think he wins it. I think he's going to win a clear decision. I like Carrington by decision here. Castro's only been knocked out once. He's not a hitter. He was right there and arguably beat Fulton. Like this is a real fight. I just don't like the odds on it. Although he did get stopped by Figueroa. He lost a competitive fight to Neary. All of his fights are at the world-class level. And I think he's going to come up just short in this. But to me, there's better bets. I do think Shushu's going to win. But there are better bets than Shushu at minus 1,000. Like, that's wild to me. He should not. Yeah. Speaking of better bets, go ahead.
Hold on. I'd say that take the over. And who knows? Shushu might go out there. Shushu had a fight pretty recently where he looked really good, where he got the guy out of there. But I don't think that guy's on the level of Castro. Yeah. So I'm gonna say the over, and I love the price for the over.
Yeah, I would sign off on the over too. The over right now, over 10.5 is minus 180. It's pretty good value. It's pretty good value on the over. All right. Speaking of better bets to make, Emma Williams and Adames. Adames is minus 450. That's pretty good value. Like, that's far better value than Carrington at minus 1,000. So to me, Adames at minus 450 should be a part of your parlay. I like Emma Williams. My only concern about Adames is his motivation. Like, he doesn't show up. Patrick Teixeira, for example, like, he just doesn't show up. He's not highly motivated. He's not super disciplined. He is a really, really highly skilled fighter. Can fight in a multitude of ways. He's pretty complete offensively. This should be a clear-cut win for Adames if he shows up. But that's an if with Adames. Your thoughts?
Man, I'm glad we got a guy like you, Gary, that knows this type of stuff, that's been in the game long enough, because if not, I would just be running to Adames money line or Adames by KO and be like, yeah, this is the easiest bet ever. But I like that you know stuff like this, so that I can be a little bit more weary of betting him, because Austin Williams, Emma Williams, shows up to every fight. He shows up prepared. He shows up in shape. And I mean, I don't think he has a chance against an Adames that's motivated and shows up in it with a good camp, which I think will happen. I don't know if I want to take Adames by KO now, since you've told that story the other day about Adames.
About him being a fat ass?
About him about him not really working hard, about him eating the whole pantry. I'd say just take Adames money line and call it a day. I'd say it's a lot, but I mean, there's been crazier stories happen than someone like Adames being a fat ass and Emma Williams coming in with the best camp he's ever had and winning. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I just don't think he has enough skill to beat him.
Yeah, Emma Williams got a late start in the sport. He didn't start boxing until he was watching a Roy Jones tape when he was in college. He's a super athlete, so you understand how he filled that gap quickly and moved up quickly. But yeah, at this level, Adames is the wrong guy to fight. When Adames is motivated, when Adames is right, he's like the best guy in that weight class. So Adames
give me a
really
Adames money line. I like the price, but it's skyrocketing, man. I mean, people are throwing a lot of money on him.
All right. We both like Adames, Keyshawn, and Jermaine Ortiz. This is a good fight. I think it might get boring at stages. I think Jermaine's going to be in survival mode a lot. I think Keyshawn's going to win a fairly wide decision. I think Keyshawn's going to outbox him, outjab him early, break him down a little bit, and Jermaine's going to go into survival mode, which he can do really well. He can do that really well. And I like Keyshawn by decision in this. Keyshawn by decision pays plus money slightly. I think that's a good bet. Jermaine Ortiz is a hell of a fighter. He's got a lot of skills. Keyshawn by decision is plus 110 right now. That's a good bet to me. I'd say it's like Keyshawn by decision is almost the obvious pick here.
Man, so I just want to let y'all know, anyone who's watching, you might want to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I think Keyshawn Davis is the most talented, most well-balanced fighter I've seen in a long time. He reminds me so much of Bud. I think, and this is going to be a hot take, I think Keyshawn's going to get a late KO.
Okay. All right. I mean, he's going to track him down. I mean,
he's fired up. He is fired up for this fight. I was watching some film on Ortiz. Yeah, he likes to dance around opponents like Tio. But Tio is not Keyshawn Davis. Tio will sit there and he wants to box with you. Keyshawn Davis will keep you in front of him the whole time. Well, there was a fight. It was Jamel Herring versus Ortiz. I was watching it. Ortiz was getting hit a lot because Ortiz was sitting in the pocket because Jamel Herring would not leave him most of the fight.
Jamel Herring has no power, though. So getting hit by Jamel Herring and Keyshawn Davis are two different things.
100%. But I'm just talking about the what was happening in the fight.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can run away from Keyshawn and even work, honestly. Who's done that against Keyshawn?
When you say is it gonna work? That what do you mean by it's gonna work? Like, do I think he can survive the fight? Yes, I think he can survive. Do I think he can win the fight that way? Absolutely not. I don't think there's any path to victory for Jermaine Ortiz to actually win this fight. I think if it comes a pure high-speed chess match, Keyshawn wins that. If they stand in the pocket, he gets knocked out. If he runs and he just gets on his bicycle and tries to pop him with the jab, there's no way he can win that. Like, he can't. He's not active enough. He doesn't. I see no path to victory for Jermaine Ortiz, but I do think if he wants to survive, he's very good at surviving. He can survive. He can survive anybody if he wants to.
Jermaine Ortiz is really good. I just think that stylistic wise, and this is a double-edged sword when I say this, stylistic wise, I don't know if we've seen either of these guys in with a style like this. Because, I mean, Ortiz has been in with a lot of guys. He has. And Keyshawn's not been in with the mover like Ortiz. But I don't think it really matters when you got a guy who's that good at cutting off the ring and keeping you in front of him. And not to mention with someone who has that good of feet from Keyshawn. But here's the thing. I'm calling
he survived
Keyshawn.
Loma. I know Loma's not the hitter that Keyshawn is. And he's not as Loma's not as physically strong. But Loma's good at cutting off the ring. Loma's good at staying on you, and he survived Loma. I understand Loma's power and Keyshawn's power are very, very different. I understand, but Loma knocked out good fighters.
Yeah, he did, but it's a way different thing with him and Keyshawn. Keyshawn's more of a stalk you, and he's gonna box you too. But I mean, it does not surprise me that Jermaine Ortiz went the distance with Loma, who I mean, if you can box, you can do. That's why George Kambosos couldn't hang with Loma, because he can't box for shit. But yeah.
All right. I like Keyshawn by decision. So Keyshawn money line is a good parlay piece, right? Minus 650 Keyshawn. Yeah, it's a good parlay. We both agree on that. All right. What's next? Xander Zayas and Abbas Barrow. I like Zayas to break him down. I think Barrow is a guy that likes to trade. He likes to exchange. He likes to fight, right? He's the opposite of Caleb Plant. Like he's not a hitter, and that's he's not hard to hit, and he's not a hitter, and he's gonna get in and trade with Xander Zayas. So I think his power is underrated. Like Zayas is strong as an ox. Zayas on money line, I think, should be part of every parlay at minus 425, and I think Zayas by stoppage at plus 475 is a steal. Like, I'm going to throw some money in on Zayas by stoppage. I would pick Zayas by late stoppage. I just think Barrow, stylistically, is there to be hit, and he likes to fight, and he can't punch. So he's going to get knocked out. Like, Zayas is better than him. Zayas is a bigger hitter than him, and he's not hard to hit. So what does this all add up to? Zayas by stoppage.
Yeah, man, you know what's funny? And I bet you can give me some insight on why this might be the case. I've been seeing people calling an upset on this for months.
I have no clue. People don't like Zayas. Zayas is overrated. People think he's gay. I don't know. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But Zayas, I put Zayas in that conversation. Have you ever heard of you can't be shocked by that. You've heard him talk, right? You've heard him talk.
I mean, Come
Yeah,
on,
he's a little
man.
zesty. He's a little zesty. He's a
Well,
little.
why don't people? Why don't I don't know, dude. From what I've seen, he's gotten better. I will say
Yeah,
it could be a tough fight. Remember when was it Spomer who fought him and gave him a fucking war?
but not really. Like he got his ass beat. It was a fight, and they were exchanging, and Zayas got hit. But at no point was Zayas ever in trouble.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, I can't lie. I've liked what I've seen from Zayas, and he's gotten better.
I love
In
what I
his
see from
last
Zayas.
performance, I was scared for him in that last fight. I was like, okay, this guy just beat he beat Conwell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What who was that again? Who was it that Zayas fought last? Tall Mexican dude.
Jorge Garcia.
Yes. I was
Yeah.
scared for Zayas a little bit in that fight. I was like, okay, but he went out there and
Won
I mean,
10 rounds. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it easily. So I don't know. I think he's a really good pick. He's shown a lot of skills. He's strong. And I've noticed he's kind of he's growing into his body more. Not to sound zesty, but yeah, he's growing into his body more.
Yeah, I like Zayas here. I like him by stopping. I think he's good. Not that I don't think Burrow's any good. I do. I just think he can't punch. He's going to sit and trade with a puncher. It's a bad idea, but that's how he fights. So I mean, I always say be you, and he's a fighter. He likes to fight. He's going to fight. Zayas is going to get knocked out. That's just the way that it is. It's not to say he's a bad fighter or anything, but I like Zayas. Yeah, plus 475 by stoppage. I think that's a great pick, a great bet. So you like Zayas by stoppage, or you like him by decision?
What are both of them paying again?
Let me look it up real quick. The stoppage is paying plus 475. I'm locked in on that. Let me check what the decision is. Zayas by decision is minus 200. So it's plus 475 by stoppage, minus 200 by decision.
I mean, I'm taking his money line. I already have taken his money line, but I'm gonna go stoppage. I mean, I don't like those odds for a decision are shit.
Everyone in the sound of my voice should have Zayas on the money line in their parlay. There's no excuse not to have it. Another bet I like a lot. Shakur Stevenson minus 330. Shakur Stevenson by decision minus 210. Under 1.5 knockdowns minus 180. This to me, Lopez and Shakur is the fight that we're going to make a lot of money on. There are so many bets I like on this fight. Shakur on the money line minus 330. But if you're going to take Shakur, he's not going to knock him out, right? So he's going to win a decision. Minus 210, Shakur by decision. Over fight to go the distance, minus 500. All of these to me are really good bets. Really good bets. So I like Shakur by decision. I think Shakur's a master at controlling distance. He's a master of fighting on the inside. He can make you miss and roll with your shots and counter you. And he lands more shots than you do, so he wins the round. I'm not saying it's the sexiest thing or the most beautiful thing or the most entertaining thing, but you can't hit him clean, and he can hit you. He can hit you more than you can hit him, so he wins the rounds. It's just kind of the way it is. People might love it, they may hate it, but Shakur is a master at judging distance, and he's a master of rolling on the inside and making you miss, and then just landing something, and then he wins the exchange. Shakur by decision to me is an obvious pick. If you're going to pick Tio, I have to hear how he wins this fight.
I have said, and I guess we finally hit our crossroads. By the way, I'm not saying I'm that confident on Tio. We've seen Tio get beat by Kambosos before. I'm not putting all my chips into that. I just like Tio for the simple fact that I don't think Shakur has faced anyone on his level before. And this fight, I love this fight for Shakur because it's going to answer a lot of questions. A lot of questions I've had.
I'm not sure Tio beats Zepeda, honestly.
I'm not big on Zepeda. He got his ass put down and he could by a featherweight in Tevin Farmer, and he just, I mean, for
Hang
one,
on, Tevin Farmer. We gave Tevin Farmer a lot of crap because Tevin Farmer arguably beat Muay Thai, and then Muay Thai just went out and beat Cruz. Now, I don't think Muay Thai won, but he fought an even fight with Cruz. We'll leave it at that. And Muay Thai,
I mean, the fact remains. I think it speaks very, very, very much on Zepeda that how are you going to have that first fight? And in my opinion, Farmer won it. And then the second fight, you go out there, Farmer breaks his hand in like the second or third round, and then you still struggle with him. You still can't do anything against him, and you barely win the fight. And then he got his ass put down again by Farmer with a broken hand, and they didn't count it. I don't think it's that. I mean, it's a good victory, but it's not an amazing victory. I can think of 3 guys right now off the top of my head that T.O.'s beat that I think are better than him.
All right. Again, and that's Shakur's best win. Shakur dominated. So how did break down the fight for me? What does it look like? There's T.O. A back foot fighter. He's not particularly sharp from the outside. How does he win? How does he beat Shakur? Okay.
So, and no one agrees with me on this for some reason. I say that. I went on someone's live and they said this was T.O.'s only path to victory as well. And before I say this, I want to say Shakur has more paths to victory than T.O. T.O. has to have a good game plan or he's not winning this fight. If he thinks he can go out there and beat him on the inside, I think he's an idiot.
Well,
because Shakur's best work is on the inside.
Yeah. If there's ever been a runner, it's Teofimo Lopez. Like, he's the runner. Teofimo runs for 12 rounds.
So
he ran against Barbosa. Like, that's what he is.
So yeah, T.O.'s not amazing from the outside. And some people are going to call me dumb for saying this. We have seen Shakur not look amazing from the outside. When De Los Santos stopped chasing him when they fought, he said, you know what? I can't catch him. I can't really hit him clean. I'm just going to mirror him. Shakur cannot pull a fight together. He cannot make the fight look good. He cannot go out there and make himself look great. You know why? He was not expecting that to happen. And well, so what we got was a stalemate fight. And that's the only way I see T.O. doing that. And if you want my opinion, that's what T.O.'s about to go out there and do. He's did it before. What the hell? Bruh. What the fuck?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I just dropped out real quick. That's my bad. I'm back. We're good.
Oh, anyways, okay. So when De Los Santos fought Shakur, he just got tired of running after him for the first few rounds. So he just started trying to do the same exact thing Shakur was doing. Land a shot here, land a shot there. And if you want my opinion, Shakur did not handle that whole thing very well. He didn't expect that it was going to happen. And it looked like to me, he had no clue what the fuck to do in that situation against De Los Santos.
He still won like 8 or 9 rounds on my scorecard. Like, I thought he still won the fight fair. I get that's not his best performance. I think De Los Santos is small, but I would say even after De Los Santos is really good, by the way.
He's good.
Even after Shakur beats Teofimo Lopez, who's the best fighter Shakur's beaten? De Los Santos.
That's the thing. I that's who I think is his best win. But is it really that much of a win? Fights like that, like I said, it's a stalemate. Have you ever played chess with somebody and their whole game plan?
I've never played chess, but I want to learn. So if anyone wants to teach me how to play chess, I'm all ears.
Well, people always say this, Shakur's always playing a chess match, right?
Yeah.
And he is. In that fight, he played like people. There's certain people who play like this. They don't necessarily know what to do against some of your moves. So their whole plan is to, okay, you take a piece, I take a piece. You take a piece, I take a piece. And it ends up no one wins the chess match. That's how that fight felt. Because you know what? Nothing happened in the fight. How did Shakur win? How did De Los Santos win? If you ask me, that was either a 7-5 Shakur fight or a 6-6 draw.
I didn't see it that close. I thought Shakur didn't do much, but he did a little bit more. And when that's how you win the rounds, right? Like Pernell Whitaker did this for 10 years.
But Gary, I have a question. And people think I downplay Shakur, but I just want to throw this out here. If he's so great, why didn't he go out there and find a way to beat him more clearly?
I mean, it's a tough fight. He's a good fighter, and I thought he did beat him. I thought he won. Like at the end of 12, I knew Shakur had won the fight. Like I don't think it was as close as you're making it out to be. It's like, why didn't Floyd beat Castillo more clearly, or you know, it's a tough fight for him. It's tough. It's a good fighter, and that's a tough fight. I thought he won, right? Like I mean, I was not.
Yeah, but Floyd was engaging, and I don't think Shakur's a runner. I'm not saying that at all, but he will sit there and just leash and feint and just keep you there, and that's great. He has great distance management. He has great lead hand management. That's a really good skill to have in boxing. But you know what? When you look so scared to lose that you're just not gonna fight at all, it makes it look like, and I could be wrong. We're about to see against Tio if this is true, that you don't know what to do when your back's against the wall, when things are hard, when you have adversity in front of you.
So you're taking Tio by decision, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna say I don't think Tio can knock him out. I don't really know that many fighters who can knock Shakur out.
Yeah, I think
Tank Davis can have a chance, but fucking Tank Davis is MIA. We don't know where the fuck he's at.
Yeah,
so.
he can't. Yeah, that doesn't even count anymore. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he don't even want to fight. So yeah, right now I don't see anybody who can just go out there and knock Shakur out. He does his best work on the inside. He wants you to come on the inside so he can when you make mistakes, he's gonna counter you. I don't think Tio's gonna do that. I think Tio's a smart enough fighter, and I mean, when he's losing, he's not. When he faces adversity, he don't look great himself. And that's what's funny about this fight. If Tio goes out there and tries to, bully Shakur around like he says he's going to do, I don't believe him for a second. But if he goes out there and does that, he's losing this fight. But if he sits out on the outside, what is the one thing that's open on a southpaw from the outside? If you're going into this game plan saying, I'm just going to try and outpoint him and attempt it.
The straight right, is that what you're talking about?
A jab to the body or a straight right to the body. I think that this is about to be one of those types of fights where Tio hopes to God he can sit there and do that. And I think, because like I said, I don't love Shakur's work from the outside. I think he's way too inactive. I think Tio can take a page out of his book against Loman. I know they're not the same fighters. I know. But what did he do for them first 5 rounds? He just sat there for most of the round, jabbed him to the body, hit him with a straight to the body. And he won 5 straight rounds doing that pretty much.
Say that again. Say that one more time. I was reading the chat. I say that last thing you did.
When Tio fought Loma, his game plan was, I'm going to sit from the outside, sometimes get on the inside, but I'm going to sit on the outside, jab him to the body, hit him with straights to the body. I'm just going to outpoint him.
But that fighter's gone. The one that fought Lomachenko, that fighter's long gone. He doesn't exist anymore. So
now we got something from Tio where I like this version of Tio more personally. I like his footwork better. I like the way he moves better. He's more loose. You just got to hope, if you're someone like me who's picking Tio, that's the version we're going to see. Someone who's dialed in, someone who is going to, because I think he has better footwork. I think he's actually a little bit faster on his feet than Shakur is. I think if he can use that advantage, he can just somehow outpoint him. If he don't do that, what other avenue does he have?
I don't think he has enough. I don't think that Tio really has much of a path to victory here. I don't think that he can outbox him from long range. And he's a back foot mover. Like, if what he did against Barbosa doesn't work against Shakur, I don't think there's any adjustment. And we know that Tio can't make in-fight adjustments. We know that for sure.
No, he's not great at it. When he's winning, I think he's amazing. But when he is not liking the way things are going, he is not that great.
For all of these, so we disagree on this. I'm taking Shakur by decision. You're taking,
which is not a bad bet. I think Shakur, like I said, has more opportunities to win this fight. I think at a mid-range fight, and I think at a even if God forbid fucking Tio tries to make this an inside fight, I think Shakur wins. I just think I see a path to victory if Tio just does what De Los Santos does, because that's the guy. Who would you say has gave him his toughest fight?
De Los
Shakur.
Santos, by far, De Los Santos, by far, not even
Okay.
close. No one else has even given him a fight. But De Los Santos.
What was the method he used to do that?
Well, he shadowed him, and he fought with them for 12 rounds.
Yes.
The pace got slowed down to a halt, right? Like it was a grinding halt, and he shadowed him.
And what did these other guys do against Shakur? They thought they were just going to go in there and try and bully him around, but they found out really fast that every mistake you make, he's going to counter on. So Teofimo's not going to go on unless he's just, for some reason, thinks he has to or has a terrible game plan, which is possible. I don't see him trying to go on the inside with him. I think he will just land a couple more punches around than Shakur pretty much on the outside.
All right. I see it the other way around. So, like, I think Shakur wins a clear decision. So we disagree on that, but we both like the over. We both like the fight to go the distance, right? So take that. You know,
man, that price sucks, man. I'm worried. I'm just so worried, and I know this sounds like a conspiracy, but this fight's not selling. This fight is not selling well, man. What if there's a gay fraud Zarafa no contest, and we all fucking threw thousands of dollars on the over, and that shit don't hit?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
a minus 700 for 10.5? No, not doing that at all.
To go the distance,
I say pick your guy and go with him. Pick whoever you think's winning this fight and go with him. That's what, in my opinion, what to do in this fight.
I'm fine with that, to go the distance in the parlay. I'm fine with that as a parlay piece. But I'm taking Shakur. He's taking TL. That's where we disagree. We also disagree a little bit on the Castillo-Flores fight. But we agree more than we disagree. We just, it's a 50-50 fight. We both think it's going to go the same way. I'm just saying I think Castillo gets a close decision. You think Flores gets the close decision. But we actually don't disagree much on that fight other than who we think is going to win.
One thing I'll say, I was about the Bachram fight earlier. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to automatically just make a bunch of pre-fight bets. I'm going to live bet it. Because if Kelly goes up 2 rounds, we can get Bachram plus money.
Good price on it. Yeah, I think that's a smart thing to do. I think that's a good bet. I think it's a good way to bet this fight. I think Bachram Kelly's a good fight to bet live because I do think Kelly's going to win early rounds, and I think when he does, you're going to get a better price on Bachram. So I think that's an excellent fight to live bet for sure.
Oh, I was gonna run this by you, and you tell me what you think. Okay, so look at the 154 division, and you can see the champs. All right. Well, which of them would fight Boots right now?
Xander would.
Okay. I don't think Fundora would. And I don't think I think Bachram would, but here's the thing. I think what's happening here is they're trying to get a guy who stylistically can give Bachram some problems, hoping Josh Kelly can become champion. Not because Eddie Hearn and Matchroom really want Josh Kelly to be champion that bad right now. They want Jaron Ennis to go over to the UK and knock Josh Kelly's ass out and get some UK fans. That's what's happening. I think that's why they're wanting Josh Kelly to even fight Bachram in the first place. I think Boots would beat Bachram. But what is a tougher stylistic matchup for a guy like Boots? Bachram or Josh Kelly?
Bachram.
Because he has, I mean, I've seen Boots get caught before. It never affected him. He took that shit on the chin before. But who's more dangerous in a fight? If you're Boots, who do you want to fight more, Josh Kelly or Bachram?
I'd rather fight Josh because Josh is just going to run. I'm going to seek and destroy him.
I think Boots would knock out Josh Kelly in like 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he would destroy Josh Kelly.
So what I think they're trying to do is, I think they're just trying to get Bachram out of there pretty much with Josh Kelly because stylistically, this is a guy who can give Bachram problems maybe. So it's a business decision is what I'm saying by Matchroom. And it's got me a tad bit worried if you think from that perspective. Because
fair point, yeah.
they're basically what I'm saying is they're trying to get Boots a better stylistic matchup. And let's just be honest, Boots doesn't have the biggest fan base ever. He has some fans in America, but what if he goes over there and looks amazing like he has his whole career in the UK and he gets a whole bunch of UK fans?
I mean, yeah, it's possible. I mean, Eddie wants to bring him over there. I mean, there's only 2 American fighters that Eddie Hearn has that he gives people give a damn about, right? Oh, I guess he's got Shakur too, but he's got Boots and he's got Bam. That's what he's got.
It seems like Eddie Hearn just is trying to destroy American boxing, if you ask me. He's always signing these guys from America and he doesn't do anything with them ever. I mean, seriously, how many guys has he signed from America and he's told you for about 6 months to the next big thing and then they don't pan out?
Well, he doesn't. He's not a good talent evaluator. He's very bad at it. He's like, I signed Montana Love. I'm like, bro, Montana Love sucks, right? Like, I got Sabril Matias is someone I love. Okay, he's not that good. Like, I mean, he's just not good at evaluating talent.
Not at all. And if you ask me, if it wasn't for all that turkey money coming in, he was about to go. That shit was about to go bankrupt. I think Matchroom was about to be screwed. They don't win shit against other promoters, man. And I know that's not everything.
They closed up the New York office and he basically went back to being a British promoter, more or less. You know, that's what.
Yep.
I gotta wrap this. I had to end this like 3 minutes ago. I gotta end this. I gotta wrap.
One thing about the Zuffa card. I like your pick with Hot Rod just because that value. Have you seen the odds for Vostik?
Wild. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Crazy odds. Yeah. So my only bet there is I like Hot Rod. I think Hot Rod is underrated. I think he arguably beat Morale. I've always liked Hot Rod. So it's like, all right, let's roll the dice at plus 425 on Hot Rod.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Last thing on that, a lot of people are telling me Valenzuela can lose this fight. Is that true?
I don't think so. I haven't gotten to the tape yet, but I don't think so. I think Alreo is a really good fighter. I gotta wrap this up though, bro. I appreciate it. Tell everyone where they can find your channel again. Give everyone let everyone know where they can find you and your channel.
Go subscribe to Boxed In Bet 79. I show every YouTube predictors picks for certain fights throughout the week. I don't do every fight because sadly people don't cover every fight on like they do MMA YouTubers. They cover every single fight and on every single card, but for some reason in the boxing world, Gary and like 2 others are the only ones that's covering every fight out here. So we just do a couple fights a week and you can see which predictors are the best. Maybe go subscribe to them so you can see what they're seeing.
And what fights are we're doing? Shakur, obviously. We're doing Xander, and we're doing anything else?
We're doing the Shakur fight. We're doing Bakram. We're doing Keyshawn Davis. Okay. And let me think. There's one more.
Xander.
Oh, Adames and Emma Williams. I can add Xander to it. I've been seeing a lot of people make predictions for it. I can add that, make a 5th one.
Do that.
Let's do that.
Add Xander. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your channel, but I would suggest adding Xander for sure.
Nah, the more the better.
Absolutely. All right, I gotta run. I appreciate you guys. Everyone sub to Boxing's channel, Boxing Bet 79, Boxing Box. What is it again? I'm sorry. What is the name of the channel again?
Boxed In Bet 79.
Boxed In Bet 79, just like he's got there. Boxed In Bet 79 is a great channel. He's doing great work. We appreciate what you do. I gotta run. It's January 28th, 2026 from Texas to the world. Thank y'all and God bless.
See y'all.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.